Hello, sweet soul. Welcome to your self-love, gentle flow yoga practice. You're gonna leave this class feeling so much more self-love, kindness, and compassion, and just unblocking any heaviness, built up walls around your beautiful heart chakra space so you can let more love in, not only from yourself, but from friends, family members, partners, people who've yet to come into your life. When you're beaming of love, you are a magnet and attractor for love. So also great for inviting and welcoming more love in. For this practice, we will work with 2 blocks if you have them. If not, 2 pillows will work as well. Starting in a seated position, you can be in half lotus by bringing your right ankle on top of your left hip. If that's not comfortable, you can sit cross-legged or even use a block or a pillow underneath your sits bones to support the opening into the hips. Starting to soften and settle into your sits bones, feeling the length of your spine grow tall towards the sky, the ceiling. It says that yoga makes us taller, but how to do that is to actually feel and create the length in the spine. You're welcome to start to close your eyes, or at least a light gaze to the tip of the nose, starting to connect to the sound of the heart chakra, which is a sound. So think of those really beautiful, heartfelt words like namaste, hallelujah, aloha, amen. So we're going to take 3 breaths together, filling in through the nose and an exhale out the mouth, so you can start to feel that vibration in the heart chakra. Let's breathe in together, fill up lower abdominal, rib cage, heart with breath. Exhale. Twice more. Breathe in, fill up. Exhale at the mouth. Last one together. Breathe in. Full as deepest breath you've taken yet today, and exhale. And just for a moment, allow and feel the vibration of that exhale reverberate throughout your body. From here, you will switch the half lotus, left ankle on top of the right hip, or the opposite shin forward in front. Starting to open through the front of the heart space. Bring the elbows out in line with the shoulders. Open the heart towards the sky, gaze up, look up. As you exhale, bring the elbows together in front of the heart, palms together. Bring the elbows down towards the belly button and let the back of your heart press towards the sky, shoulder blades separate. Inhale, breath, open the elbows out to the side, lift the chin away from the chest, puff the heart towards the sky, and exhale, getting into the back of the heart by bringing the elbows together, down and in towards the belly button. Once more like that. Inhale, open, rise, reach. Exhale, close in. Let the back of the heart open, shoulder blades separate. Inhale, open the hands to the sky. Exhale out through the nose, hands next to your hips so you can release the hips. It's going to face now forward and in front. Coming into a puppy pose position, so your knees will stay over the hips. Walk the hands forward nice and long and start to bow the head down towards the mat, allowing your heart to be heavy on the exhale towards the mat and to rise on the inhale as you breathe in and out, feeling your heart space in the front. Dive down deeper, and on the inhale, feeling the back of the heart space rise towards the ceiling or the sky. allowing this breath to flow, feeling your heart here. And as you breathe into your heart and you feel your heart space, gifting yourself a mantra, a personal affirmation to repeat throughout your practice, to further and deeper connect to your beautiful heart that holds the truth that you are lovable, you were born lovable, and nothing has changed. This is a deep heart's knowingness. You once were a baby, and any baby you've come in contact with, you've looked at them and never had the thought, you aren't lovable. And you were a baby too, so may this deep heart's remembrance and knowingness that you are lovable spread and expand through all your cells. Feeling this loving and love energy vibration expand and glow throughout your entire body and being. And if the mind wanders throughout practice, coming back to this beautiful, true personal mantra that you can repeat in your inner voice, I am lovable. I am lovable. Even if it doesn't feel true yet in this moment, knowing that with repetition, this becomes once again your truth. On your next inhale, slide your heart through the windows of the elbows. Let the legs extend long behind you. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Lift the chin away from the chest. Let your heart open towards the front of your mat. Keeping the elbows pressing down, forearms pressing down, shoulders away from the ears. Start to gaze over your left shoulder. Let your eyes even peek back as you pull the right shoulder back. Stretching through the side of the neck, let your inhale come through center. Exhale, gaze over the right shoulder, pull the left shoulder back. Inhale brings you through center, starting to lift the hips off of the mat, plant the hands below the shoulders, tuck the toes underneath, allow the hips to come towards the sky. Lifting the toes nice and high and bending the knees, one knee at a time, opening through the backs of the hamstrings in your upside down V downward dog shape. From your downward dog, starting to lift the right leg high to the sky, straight right leg. Feel the hips square as you bring the left heel nice and high to pull the right knee towards your chest as you shift forward into a high plank and step that right foot in between the hands, left knee to lower down. As the left knee lowers down, starting to rise the hands towards the sky, the ceiling, finding that cactus shape with the arms again. Elbows bend in line with the shoulders. Let the heart reach up towards the sky by allowing the gaze to lift. As you exhale, same movement we did in our seated hands. Elbows come together. Elbows draw towards the belly button. Back of the heart reaches to the sky. Inhale, open heart through the front. Exhale, draw the elbows, the palms in, opening the heart through the back. Inhale, rise. Challenge of the balance as well. Exhale, draw in, keep pressing through the right foot. Inhale, open cactus. This time as you exhale, interlacing the hands behind the lower back. If you can't get an interlace, you can grab for the opposite elbows instead. The interlace, starting to allow the hips to draw forward and down, pressing the elbows or the hands away from the lower back. Getting that opening through the chest, the front of the shoulders, and energetically opening through your heart space. Breathing in, I am lovable. Exhaling out, any thoughts, past memories, judgments, opinions that state otherwise. Next, inhale, reach the hands towards the sky. Exhale to frame the right foot. Lift the left kneecap off the mat and step back into your high plank. From your high plank, knees lower down, toes untuck. Exhale, elbows draw back to lower all the way down. As you inhale, slight press and lift through the upper body. Pull the shoulders down, elbows back, and you're using that low back body core to lift you into your cobra. Forehead taps down. Inhale, press to the knees, lift the kneecaps. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Can take any movements here that feel nourishing and opening for the body. When you allow the left leg to reach to the sky, keeping the hips square. Right heel lifts high. Use the exhale breath to pull the left knee into your chest as you shift forward into your high plank. Step the left foot through in between the hands and lower the right knee down. Inhale to rise, hands to the sky. Same movements with the upper body. Inhale, elbows out wide, cactus, gaze up, heart up. Exhale, hands come in, elbows down and in. Second time, inhale, cactus. Exhale, let the back of the heart open. Inhale, elbows open. Third time, exhale, draw in. We hold stuff in the back of the heart. Think of stabbed in the back, didn't see it coming, that expression. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. So we want to work the back of our heart as well. Exhale, reach the hands behind you. Opposite interlace than you did on the other side. The grip will feel a little funny, or you grab for those opposite elbows if that's more comfortable for the shoulders. Roll the shoulders up and back. Let the hands press away from the lower back and the hips come forward. Yes, we will focus on opening the front of the heart, but breathing into the back of the heart, releasing through the back of the heart is just as integral when we want to release any blockages around self-love. On your next inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, frame the left foot, lifting that right kneecap off the mat and stepping back into your high plank. Allowing the knees to lower down, toes untuck, elbows draw back as you come all the way down onto the front side of your body. Inhale into your low cobra. Barely any press into the hands. Using that low back body core. Forehead taps down, toes tuck under. Inhale, press away from the mat. Hover kneecaps and lift up and back into your downward dog. Breathing here. Starting to walk the hands towards the back of the mat into a forward fold. Legs stay quite straight, slight bend in the knees as the upper body drapes over the legs. Pressing down through the legs, bend of the knees here to slowly roll yourself up, letting the fingertips dangle. Head will be the last to rise. Rolling those shoulders up, back and down when you come to standing. Beautiful. From here, bringing the feet together at the back of the mat, big toes to touch, taking a step forward with the left foot, letting all the weight start to come onto the left foot. Right heel will start to lift, allowing the right heel to come towards the back of the glute, grabbing for the inside edge of that right foot with the right hand. Now this is a balance pose where we are going to start to take it into our dancers for that back bend, for that heart opener. You're welcome to stay here, getting a quad stretch, pressing into your hand and getting an opening through the right side of the shoulder and the right side of the heart. You want to take it a little bit deeper. Left hand will reach to the sky. Start to kick up and back into that right hand, finding that bow shape with the body. As right foot lifts, you'll naturally start to bring the upper body forward. It's more about the kick and the lift versus the heart coming forward. The heart's still lifted and shining. If you're staying in more of the balance pose, more upright, know you're still successful in this pose, getting that opening on the right side. From your dancers, pressing the left hand to the sky, lowering the left hand, and slow control lower of the right foot. If you fall out, it matters not. That is how we practice and get better at anything. Just the continued practice with permission to make mistakes, to fall down, and to love ourselves through the whole way. A nice release between sides. Bring the feet as wide as the mat. Just let the arms swing side to side, opening up through the hips, letting the arms swing, releasing through the spine, and releasing any frustration. Notice if there's a little bit of perfectionism, and if we don't get it right the first time, then the sensations that start to build up. The antidote to that is permission, again, to not be perfect, knowing you're divinely loved, you're divinely perfect, even through mistakes, mishaps, falls, failures. Let the slow of the twist start to come to stillness. We can come to the other side. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. This time, the right foot will step towards the top of the mat. Hands to your hips so they can feel even in space. Left heel starts to lift so much that the left toes float up and back. Left hand reaching for the instep of that left foot. The hips stay square, the knees are even as you kick back into the left hand. And again, staying here, getting a nice hip stretch, quad stretch, and opening through the left side of the heart space. If you are feeling invited to go to the next layer and level, you're welcome to start to reach the hand to the sky, kicking up and kicking back into that left hand. With gaze and balance, staring at something that isn't moving will help and support the balance here. So find something you can look at as you kick firmly into that hand. Breathing here as you balance, you find your dancers, and a slow return back. Right hand to the sky, slow lower of the right hand and the left foot. Let's take those swings once again, release and let go of anything that might have come up so you can invite some levity and ease, grace, kindness into your practice. And letting that come to a slow. Now you've made it to the top of your mat. From here, reach the hands to the sky, little back bend by gazing up, looking up. Reverse swan dive, bringing the arms out wide, letting the heart lead to your forward fold as the hands come to the mat. Finding a halfway lift, let the hands come to the shins, crown of the head reaches away from the hips. And exhale, hands to the mat, stepping back into your high plank, and from your high plank, lowering the kneecaps to the mat. As the kneecaps are lowered, start to walk the hands up towards the hip, bringing your hands into your hip pocket. So if you were wearing jeans, where your jean pockets would be. Our half camel to open up through the heart space. Let your left hand reach to the sky, gazing up towards the sky, chin away from the chest, keeping the hips over the knees with a gentle press of the right hand into the pelvis. Let the left hand swing back behind you into your jean pocket. Right hand, inhale, lifts, gazing up. Exhale, reaching the right hand back behind you. Inhale, chin away from the chest, hips stay over the knees. Let the breath release anything in the front of your heart space. You don't need to know what it's releasing, whether it's thoughts or old wounds, experiences, just giving permission as you breathe in and breathe out this release in your heart space. Inhale to lift and come up. Beautiful. Take a moment seated, hips onto heels. Again, if that's not comfortable, you can sit onto a block, elevating the hips. Take a moment just allowing the body to integrate your flow, your openings, your release. I am lovable. I am lovable. And we will come into our next pose. If you used a block, remove it from underneath you. Swing the legs around. Our pose of a heart opener. This is where you will need your blocks, or we will work with pillows. Where if you have your blocks, your first block is going to go on the lowest height, and then the second block will go on a medium height. You're going to put your first block right underneath your shoulder blades as you lower yourself down, and the second one underneath the head. The arms will come out wide, and this will be a nice, gentle, subtle heart opener. Options with the legs, soles of the feet can be together or legs wide. If you don't have blocks, this is where you can use some pillows. Depending on the integrity of your pillows, you can have one kind of squooshed, that's a new word, underneath the shoulder blades, and then the other one under the head, and same arm or feet position. Arms are wider than the shoulders. Feet can be in a diamond Supta Baddha Konasana shape or long for your Shavasana shape. And just letting your heart space open. And when you're in more stillness, notice if the mind takes you away from this present moment, whether it projects you into the future or ruminates about the past. To train your mind to be in the now, to be in the body, it can sometimes take practice. Your personal mantra will support you to stay in the now, to stay in this experience. Restoring, reestablishing the connection to mind, body, and heart. Know that there's so much potency and gifts in stillness for the body. If the mind is used to rushing and going from one thing to the next, this might feel uncomfortable at first. Let yourself, with permission, know it's safe to be still. Restore and to allow love in. You are welcome to stay in that beautiful heart opener for as long as time allows for you. If you are ready to close your practice and bring it to completion, and start to come into a seat and bring both hands to your heart center. Feeling your heart, feeling the truth that is in your heart. You are born lovable. Nothing has changed. You are so lovable. May you feel this, know this, believe this, look in the mirror and see yourself as lovable. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day, your night, or your evening. It is such an honor to guide you. For further self-love connection, I have a beautiful self-love affirmation recording for you. I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist, so I love mixing these two worlds of yoga and hypnotherapy together. So you will find a link for that in the description below. Namaste.